Good Morning Cybertron is a podcast intended for adults and is not suitable for those under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm Paul Lighting, and Good Morning Cybertron is scientifically proven to be the best Transformers podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, Cybertron!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Good Morning Cybertron. I am your host, Scott. If you don't accept me at my worst, I totally fucking get it. It gets pretty bad sometimes, man. I'm not an easy person to live with. With me today, all the way from sunny California, it's Xavier.
Scott.
Xavier.
What do you get someone for their 14th GMC anniversary?
Oh, Jesus. Probably a kick to the nuts. I think that's 14.
You got it, buddy. One kick to the nuts via mail. Happy 14th anniversary to GMC, buddy.
You know, it's been a really long time since I've gotten a good strike to the scrotum. It's, I think I'm very fortunate. It's probably been a couple of years since... You know, every once in a while I roll over on the bed wrong and I squeeze a testicle. But I mean, it's been a long time since like full on baseball to the nuts. I don't know if I'd survive it anymore, you know, being that I'm 51. You know, that would be a tough get. It's the Transformers power couple. It's Wolf and Dewanus. How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Yay. Aw. Man, Dewanus, I did see like the AI artwork of Strawberry Shockwave that you were trying to pull off there. Keep it going, man. It looks good. It looks good.
I'm really fighting with Meta to just put the cake in his hands.
Man. It can be a little bit of a bitch. I was working.
He's a robot to put inside of the cake rather than put the cake in his hand.
I was fighting with an AI. It didn't want to accept my lyrics for a song about slapping kids and scalpers at a Walmart. But I finally got like 3 different versions of the same song, and I was able to finally put it together and make it work. So now all I need to do is, you know, edit in the sound effects of children being slapped in the face really hard by, you know, someone who's not their parent. Thomas, how many children have you slapped today?
Nothing.
I didn't even say no one. They're just objects to Thomas. Nothing.
I don't think I've slapped anything whatsoever in years.
Thomas, how long did you black out and wake up somewhere else, but your hand was bloody from slapping?
That could be several things. That's not just slapping.
Isn't face slapping a sport in Russia now?
It is.
It's been a sport for a long time. Have you not seen the slap fight championships where the dudes go cross-eyed after getting knocked one?
Have you ever seen there is, I forget what the song was, but it was some classical song. There was this guy who lined up all these dudes by the tone of their cheeks and just went nuts doing like this choral song slapping him. And like one of the guys was like, his note was used so much he got a fucking nosebleed by the end of it. It was great.
So wait, he arranged them in order of what tone they would make?
Yeah. From like, high pitch to low.
So you know what they've done then is they've actually invented an instrument.
Oh,
because there are vibraphones, glockenspiels, xylophones.
It's essentially
marimbas.
a face glockenspiel. And I
Yeah,
chose
but this is
glockenspiel
like-
because that's the funniest word. Face
Yeah.
xylophone is good. Glockenspiel is better. It was the only
By
thing.
far.
The only thing I wish you would have had everybody, and everybody was like in a black tux, but I wish there would have been like 3 dudes in white tuxes, and then 2 dudes in black tux, and then 2 more dudes in white tux, and 2 dudes in black tux, just so he could get like the full octave like on a piano. That's a little joke for our musically inclined friends out there.
Yes.
Also, Thomas, always go for the funnier word. Would you rather capture butterflies in a killing jar, or would you rather capture schmetterlings?
Schmetterling.
I have a Schmetterling
Yes.
glockenspiel. Just
There you go.
ramblings, man.
Scott just invented the funny. Good
I
job,
did.
Scott.
Thank you. All the way from New Jersey, it's Pete.
Hola, my friends. How are you doing?
That's not a New Jersey accent at all.
I know. I can't do. I can't do it. I don't know. I don't know what a Jersey accent sounds like. Nobody sounds like a Jersey in here.
Yeah,
Just do the Jay and Silent Bob thing.
Do the who the what the who
They,
what.
they did it on South Park. Remember? You garbage. Like,
garbage.
I haven't watched
You
South
get
Park
it.
in a very long time. When the adults are, I almost used the word to get myself canceled. When the adults are worse off mentally than the children are, I can't. do it.
Retarded,
I
Pete.
can't.
I think
Yeah.
that it's
I was
actually
gonna
really
say
funny.
I didn't. I don't want to. But hey, yeah, retarded.
The dumbest adult character on that show is actually a person who actually, well, he is a former scientist.
Stan Marsh.
I can't with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take
Yep.
weed.
Oh.
Yep, and he is noticeably dumber than all of his peers.
Also, he has elephantitis of the testicles.
Yep. Slamming them in the microwave. God, that was a great show. I'll tell you what. If you're so inclined, if you've got a 3D printer, check out our friends' little Cults 3D store, Prize Inside. Just got some wonderful stuff over there. It's, Optimus Prime Transformers stuff. There's Masters of the Universe stuff. Custom made figures like Private Portobello, the Cordyceps zombie army ant toy. There's Deddy Ruxpin, which I helped print that figure out. Let me tell you about Deddy Ruxpin. It's essentially a zombie Teddy Ruxpin, but instead of his intestines hanging out, just his cassettes unwound. It's freaking great. It's absolutely freaking great. And you know what? While you're over there, you should check out. I got another buddy who does some stuff, who's like really, really fantastic at what he does. That's Nova Forge. Do you guys Thomas? Have you ever heard of Nova Forge?
I have not. This is a completely novel experience. I've never seen
Well,
this before in my
Thomas,
life.
do I have some real estate to sell you then?
Well, by God. This is my friend Thomas, who's done all these designs. Some of the fucking best quintessence designs you will ever see in your goddamn life.
West of the goddamn Mississippi. East of the Mississippi, though, whoa. A whole other league.
Hey, I'll tell you what, too. If you happen to have gotten the Studio Series Dinobots, fucking head over there because you can get all their swords. It's...
I'm only missing. I think I'm missing swoops.
I think Studio Series Swoops comes with his sword, doesn't he?
I know, but I should probably make one just so that I have all 5.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same version of the Grimlock Energo sword, which is a really weird name to call your giant red sword, Energo, but they did.
I did it when I did a test print of the Grimlock sword that I designed. I did not have red filament to make the blade. I used neon pink, right?
The Dinobot, what Hasbro gave didn't cut it.
Well, and it was really warped at first, but after a while it actually straightened back out. And I realized, wait a minute, I have a G2 Grimlock now. I can just give him the neon colored pink one.
There you
That
go.
would be perfect. Yeah.
I just, everything that I print, I usually use white or gray filament, and then I just paint it. Every once in a while, I'll go nuts and go, I need this to be colored all the way to the core. I don't know why I get that way, but just sometimes I do. Head over to toy.run. I posted there the other day. Toy.run essentially it's Twitter, but for Transformers and not run by an idiot. I found this picture though. I couldn't get over this picture, how wonderful it was. And it's not my picture. I just came across it. They're selling what seems to be like knockoff Cyberverse or whatever the fuck the kid show was. Optimus Primes. But they're using the name Juggermorph. And that is just the fucking greatest name, the Juggermorph. So my little post said, I'm the Juggermorph, bitch.
Yep.
Okay, that's
all
that
cap,
almost.
cap.
It's so weird. It almost feels rude.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what I found? I found this the other day. Speaking of getting canceled, this might get me canceled again. Fucking Sam's Club has Holocaust.
Whoa.
Oh,
What?
Yeah. So there is like this 2-foot tall transformer that emits gas from its back. Like it's essentially like a diffuser, right?
And it's like the Blade Runner of Transformer.
And I made the joke that his base mode was a concentration camp and that his name was Holocaust. Right? I paid like $100 for this thing. Sir Toys, Paul from Sir Toys, he was the one that shipped it out to me. And now you can buy it in Sam's Club for $40. And it's like, am I mad that no, I had Holocaust for like a year and a half before. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I'm glad other people are going to be able to finally get it. But it's just, wow. It's kind of neat to see this thing that, like, I was the only one I knew that had it. And now it's in fucking Sam's Club.
It's kind of weird that you hit upon these hidden treasures that, albeit you name these horrific things, and we're oh man, that is such a crazy thing. I love like a toy that throws back to having a really weird, strange gimmick. Smoke, like diffusing smoke, really cool, right?
Right.
You think you'll never see someone try to mass market that, and Sam's Club's like, hold our fucking beer. We're going in.
We'll put Holocaust right on the box. We don't care. We're Sam's Club guys.
Yeah. You know what Sam's Club stands for? Super Aryan Method Heads.
Wow. Even I wouldn't go that far. Xavier, you're going to get canceled.
Hey, bro.
That's a
Good
little
luck
bit,
finding me. I live off the grid.
Huh. Going over to the comments, Dwayne Mark says, I have a ride. Hope all is well. Indeed it is. The codeine's kicked in. Crossbones Koopa says, the new sport instead of slap fight ass fight. Holson85 says, hello, Randy Marsh was a geologist. Remember the episode with the volcano? Duck and cover. Crossbones Koopa said, Scott ass fight Xavier. Winner takes all on Holson. Holson's ass fight name is Thunderbuns. And Holson says, nonsense, I'll take both at once. He also says Juggermorph is the new breast force. And Dwayne March says Juggalomorph looks like a rescue bot. That's the line I was thinking of. Rescue bots. It's that's something else. That's something else. Also something else. We got very clear images of Missing Link Sunstreaker. And
wow.
This might be my first Missing Link toy. This is really cool.
I'm surprised this line is still going. I thought it was just a one and done, two and done type of thing. I'm really interested to see how far up the scale this goes. Can we get Omega Supreme?
I'm going to make a prediction. And a lot of people may call bullshit on this prediction. But the fact that we're getting a prototype G1 Missing Link RC. Yeah. I am convinced if Missing Link is successful, which it does seem to be so far, like we're getting a wave 2. Give it a year, give it 2 years, we're going to see that G1 prototype Unicron in Missing Link.
Yes.
That would be absolutely wild.
It does seem to be the obvious choice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they'll have to get through a lot of the G1 cast, you know? Yeah. But the fact they're doing RC, that stunned me. That absolutely fucking stunned me.
See, you're saying like this Sunstreaker is a must buy, but when they announced that Azalea RC, I was like, no, that's the must buy, because that is literally going in the Wayback Machine to a point where RC was this like popsicle colored cream machine of just weirdness, and it's just like, this is too weird to release. Wait,
the original concept colors were bizarre.
Oh yeah, wait like 15 years, we'll turn her into a spider based on another female character, and that'll be her first official release. We got a roadmap. This is what we're doing.
Do you know, the other day whenever I was watching Transformers 1, it's like my third time watching it. Oh, and good. Ariana actually went, "Is that RC?" And she, like, we paused it, and she pointed out, like, RC. I went, "Shit, no. That RC is orange. That's prototype RC."
I never saw that.
Yeah.
Oh,
there is an orange RC in Transformers 1.
I didn't see prototype RC.
Yeah.
There was a whole lot of that, though.
Yeah, one has that amazing aesthetic, and it's like one of those things where background extras was someone you could recognize. It was like the most amazing thing, that the unique models of each Transformer based on whatever toy continuity were in there. And it's like, how long did that take for you to render? And I know it's as simple as, hey, this toy should be, or this character should be based on this toy, and this character should be based on that toy. There had to have been a lot of establishing shots around the desk of the director going, all right, all these bots, they're in the same shot. Animate them. Go.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, aside from like the Vehicons, which they were obviously like gold Vehicons, and aside from the Quintessence Soldiers, excuse me, there were really no filler bots. Like I feel like you could pause that, and with enough research come up with actual names, you know, for everybody. Like, this is this Action Master, and here's this character from Generation 2 that wasn't in G1. And
if you look,
I'm sorry, what was that, Wolf?
I was surprised and thrilled to see Slipstream. She's got like one quick clip.
Yeah, and you know, there was also a scene in there where I can't be sure, but it was the scene where like they're all captured and they're in Sentinel Prime's throne room. I could have swore, and once again, this might be my color blindness kicking in, but I saw like a fan blade on a Seeker wing, and I went, "That's not Thrust. That's Nacelle." Mm-hmm. So it was I think I've seen him too. Yeah. So I don't know if that was actually Nacelle. I couldn't see the full bot, but it definitely wasn't in the background
that I think they set up on purpose. Early on in the movie, in the group shots with the miners, you see Sideswipe a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How many people are thinking, so wait, where's Sunstreaker? You got to see his brother too, right? Mm-hmm. It's not until the end of the movie where Orion Pax goes back into the freaking locker room or whatever, where you see the group shots of him talking to everybody and Sunstreaker shows up.
Yeah.
I think they did that on purpose.
I do too.
To pay attention to him. Like, oh, there he is.
I feel like this movie has a lot in common with Blade Runner, because Blade Runner did that thing where the deep background was so detailed. They talk about this a lot. They did things like they made fake newsstands, and on those fake newsstands, they made fake magazines and fake newspapers that you were never going to see. Like, because they are literally all the way on the other end of the set. You're never going to see them. They're never going over there to film it. And it felt like that way with like some of the shots in Transformers, because they were so densely packed with unique bots. And it was just like, I have to pause this to see who is all here, because the crowd scenes in like Iacon had hundreds and hundreds of different characters. And I'm like, everyone from every continuity is here. This is amazing.
Thomas, you were saying.
I was just gonna say, like, you see a lot of reused body types in the background, but whenever you do see reused body types, they actually chose something that's very, that's actually kind of that's actually canon.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see Sideswipe, and then you see Red Alert, and then if you look, I'm pretty sure you can actually see a G2 Sideswipe walking around.
I did see Red Alert. I missed G2 Sideswipe.
I would love to see Bandolier Rambo version of G2 Sideswipe.
And,
I love how this was about Missing Link and it devolved into Transformers 1. That's just how good the movie is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we see Jazz. Jazz is featured, and then again we see his body type reused as Jackpot.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mr.
really
Link
weird.
Sunstreaker was in the movie. Did you know that? Oh, hey, he's got a toy. Who'd have guessed?
Oh, my heavens. He's cogged and everything. I might get this one. I don't have a Sunstreaker.
You don't?
Yeah, me neither.
I
have a Masterpiece one, but
I have like the Chug Sunstreaker, but in my G1 collection, I've never even held a G1 Sunstreaker.
Me neither.
I believe I have Sunstreaker. I'm not sure. I would have to dig through my archives, but I'm actually more hyped for that prototype RC. It's very weird to see these bots come back one piece at a time. I'm glad they're doing it now, just because it's like, well, this gives the G1 some love, and I've always been a fan of the brickiness of the G1 bots. So adding joints and everything is kind of sacrilege to me, but the fact that they're also including hits that we never even got before with the pre-mentioned RC prototype, I'm like, you know what? This line has some life to it.
Yeah, I got to agree.
It's the reason why I really like the Brave toys, because like you pick up those Brave figures, they're clearly very parts heavy, they're very dense, but they're very brickish, and you're like, this really feels like a Transformer. Like you pick up a an early to mid Brave toy.
I got a G1 Sunstreaker. I like mine.
The closest thing I have to G1 Sunstreaker, I have this weird knockoff tank that I found, and it was just
I know it.
Yeah, it's like gold plastic. It's brittle as hell.
Yes,
but the fucker has Sunstreaker's head.
Yes, the name of that particular, I believe, if memory serves, it came from a line of knockoffs called Formulators.
Nice.
And there was the tank that had the gold plastic, and then there was also a car, and the car was weird because he also had Sunstreaker's head, and the legs were as you would expect, but the whole front end of the car splits in half and turns into these perfect squares that are now his arms.
Well, what can I say? The Sunstreaker head is just getting a lot of love because he's a handsome boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird. And then there's also a jet that's supposed to vaguely look like a Seeker, but it also has Sideswipe's head. Or not Sideswipe, Sunstreaker. They all have the same head.
Hot take here. Hot take. I like Sunstreaker's G1 head more than I do the Toon head. I like the little hard angles instead of the weird Spock ears that they gave him in the cartoon on the Universe toy.
I mean, yes. I don't see too much of a big difference on it myself. I mean, it's obviously the animation was working with what they had, and it morphed constantly. But the toy version looks exactly the same to me.
Those ears on the toy version of Sunstreaker, they just look like really big radiators that are on the side of his head. I mean, they look a lot like the radiators that are on Seeker heads. They're just really oversized.
He needs to cool down because he's so hot-tempered.
And I think Dinobot and Beast Wars had something similar too. There was even a bit in the episode where he died where they actually overheated.
Oh, that's because his laser eyes were going into overdrive.
Yeah.
Yes, and you could see them smoking.
Going over to the chat, Belucia says, as far as Holocaust, it's coming here too. I don't know where I'd put it. I may have to be a Holocaust denier. Dwayne Marsh says, I'm waiting to see.
No!
I love it. Dwayne Marsh says, I'm waiting to see how many of the missing links they'll make. Missing link tracks might look good. I fucking agree. Belushi says, missing Link's throttle bots. Chew on that. I would fucking love some missing Link throttle bots. I would love just for the throttle bots to get some love. We've had one wide load figure in 40 years.
Yeah.
It'd be the most bewildering, most confused screaming take ever.
What's
is
that?
If they did a missing Link top spin.
Oh my god. Olsen says, never seen or held a G1 Sunstreaker in person either. Is there a reason he's more rare than the other Autobot cars? I don't know of one. They just didn't seem to show up in my area.
Yeah, wasn't he still
they lost some mold for?
I think so.
I heard that.
I've heard that too, yeah.
Yeah, there's not as many replicas out there like the Takara stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was lost technology.
Like going to the moon. And Crossbones... Go ahead, Wolf.
I was just thinking that, like going to the moon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Crossbones Koopa says Sunstreaker is the first Diaclone figure in the line back in the 80s. And Crossbones also says, missing Link Omnibots, please. I actually heard this was an interview a couple of weeks ago that Evan from the Hasbro Transformers team did. And he said he suspects that there are a lot more of those G1 steel molds out there. It's just that they're warehoused. He compared it to the warehouse at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. And it's just a matter of finding them. There was something that they were doing that they were actually able to do a reissue of it because they found the molds just a couple of years ago. I can't remember what he said it was. But yeah, there are some, they maybe have lost the molds, maybe they don't exist anymore. But there's a good chance.
What I don't understand?
Go ahead.
What I don't understand is with all the modern technology we have today, I'm just talking today in the age of like 3D printing and stuff, why can't they get a hold of one of these old things, get one off of eBay, have one of the people who work there bring theirs in instead of collectors? You just pull it apart, part by part, scan it, and just start 3D printing reissues.
Well, I mean,
Go ahead. They have some. Thank you. I think they have something like rights issues. It's kind of like the same thing with the GoBots. Like Hasbro can use the names, but not the toys. And I assume it's the same with the molds for the original Diaclone. Someone probably has the rights, and they're holed up in a mountain fortress, refusing to give them up.
I would say that would probably be true with stuff like Jetfire and the deluxe Insecticons. And
Missing Link, Jetfire, yes.
But I think all those old characters, like if you're talking Diaclone, I think they're still owned by Takara. And I get that Takara and Hasbro are a separate company, but they work together. I can't think of two other companies that work together as much as Takara and Hasbro. No, that's...
I'm getting sick and tired of seeing the same reissues every time they have a batch of reissues.
Yeah.
Direct corporate partners. Not
a Monster. It's kind of crappy, but I'd be happier with that as opposed to another Optimus Prime reissue.
Oh, yeah.
Can you think of any other like two very large companies that co-own the same thing?
Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
That's not really the same. They're big competitors.
Those are competitors, but like Takara and Hasbro are not competitors. They're partners of some sort.
It's
like they own the same thing. They have rights to the same shit. It's really interesting.
Don't ever talk to me or my son again. And the other one's like, Nani?
I mean, I think Takara worked with a company in Korea called Sonokong. And I think
that is correct.
I think that they had a pretty decent partnership, but I can't think of any two companies. I mean, really, whenever I think of Takara and Hasbro, I think of them as the same company, but they're not.
No,
they're not.
You know what? Sonokong apparently was a distributor. All of the I remember hearing that all of the Sonokong releases were made in the Takara factory. They're the same thing. And I actually have a lot of Sonokong stuff. I have the Sonokong Galvatron, Big Convoy, Leo Convoy, most of the Beast Wars Neo figures, and I have a shitload of Brave figures that were the Sonokong versions.
Except they speak
lots
Korean.
of them.
I have the Sonokong, the Automorphers. I have the Sonokong Automorphers, and I have a Sonokong. Like I said, my Beast Wars Neo stuff. I do have that stuff.
Yeah, same. Mm-hmm. They're apparently made in the same.
Speak American.
They are actually the same thing. Oh, we cannot hear you.
Wait,
Scott.
wait. Oh, Scott. Snake.
Sorry. I was coughing and I had my mic muted, and I thought I unmuted.
Oh, thank God.
I'm still here. Anyway, moving on. Go ahead.
When you don't talk, the voices come back.
I'm sorry.
I'm like the voices.
We're just gonna have to get you like me reading like the Horse Whisperer or some shit, so that you can just listen to it over and over and over. We are getting. This was a big surprise. Walmart Retro G1 Gears and Bumblebee. I'm in love with Gears. What the fuck is this Bumblebee? You can't call it a toy accurate Bumblebee and give it the tune head.
What a fucking freak.
You can't do that. It's supposed to look like the toy. Where's my fucking technology sticker? 40 goddamn years I've been waiting for that little technology sticker, and it's not there. And you fucked up the head. Fuck you.
Toy hacks.
And why did they go? And why did they go back to the accurate proportions Volkswagen mold with the parts former bit?
I don't care. I like the Netflix Bumblebee better than the Studio Series. There, I fucking said it.
The Studio Series one just would have made more sense because it's the penny racer thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean the only reason to get these would be for the retro packaging, and if that's the case, don't break them out of the package.
I thought exactly the same thing. If I saw this swerve in the store, I'd buy it, but I'd probably hang it up somewhere.
I disagree. I fucking love that. I fucking love that toy accurate head on Gears. Fucking love it. I will say that. I think iGear did it best. Where the back of the head was the battle mask, the toy accurate head for the toy.
No, that's a nice touch, but I'm feeling like because he's already displayed in robot mode, you don't really need to do anything except find a nice place to display it on your wall. This is this is just a little weird kitschy thing where they're like, here's G1 aesthetic with a modern toy that has some G1 iconography to it. So I
usually don't want to buy the same thing twice, but I really like these. I want these.
It's like really just the presentation on this one. It's all about the packaging, and it's like they really don't contribute anything to my collection except for aesthetics. So I think if I see these, I'm buying them just to display them.
Yeah, me too. I just hang them up somewhere. I wouldn't open them. Pretty nice.
I love.
I mean, this would hang up where my next to my G2 Cyberjet space case that's still in the card.
That's a nice one. Oh,
they put the Mysterian's M on it. I just noticed.
Oh, cool.
What is
M?
Oh, he's got the M.
That's right. He's got the M. That's
M?
fucking awesome.
Oh, what's the Mysterion's M?
Okay. Here's the deal. Before Transformers were going to be Transformers, they were actually going to be part of a toy line called the Mysterians. Right?
Oh.
So, the Mysterians, and it was just that's the reason why Gears and Brawn have M's on them. It's the M for Mysterians, right?
Oh.
Now, there were going to be these were going to be the grunt soldiers, right? And then there were going to be leader Mysterians, which were these weird shapes. A couple of years afterwards, and nobody knew this at the time, this company, I think it was Remco, Marchon, sorry. Marchon. They ended up putting out the Mysterians. They were like these stupid little knockoff toys, right? I actually have one Mysterian. Nobody knew that these were supposed to be the Transformers line. And I mean, these things transform into nothing. Absolutely nothing. Here's Air Commander. There's your G1 Air Commander.
M.
Yeah, and there's that M. Yeah. There's the Mysterian's M. The one
he turns into his own tombstone.
Yeah. Well, they kind of all do. They kind of all do. And yeah, there was nothing on this that said, "Oh, these are supposed to be from Transformers." Nobody made the connection. This is the one I have, the Explorer Scout.
They should be called the Lamenters, and whenever they're mortally wounded, they revert to their tombstone mode and then say something dreary.
I don't think anybody realized this. I don't think anybody realized this until an article came out about it. It was about like 2017 or 2018. This was fucking lost history. This was like goddamn Indiana Jones finding the Ark of the Covenant.
When you first said Mysterians, I thought of the Mysterons from Captain Scarlet.
Well, whenever I think of the Mysterians, I think of like the old Toho movie with Mogera.
Oh, did they use that word there too?
Yeah, the Mysterians were a group of aliens that were sickened by radiation, and they needed Earth for their women. And these were the Mysterians. That's the Mysterians right there. And they attacked Japan with a giant robot named Mogera.
Ah, yes. Mm-hmm. It was this thing.
It was this thing.
But
yeah.
I will say G1 Gears does need a slapdash Autobot emblem with a fucking rockin' mullet on his crotch.
Hell yeah. Mysterians, Transformers. Let's see. Do we have the history?
Have you ever considered that, like, if we ever did get invaded by aliens like this, if something like that ever really did happen, their weapons might not look they might not appear as what we think of as cool. Some of them might look pretty dumb.
A sharp stick.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can imagine like state-of-the-art weapons, like giant mechs or something. But they just, from our perspective, they would just look like, wow, that's a stupid-looking robot.
Excuse me, interstellar traveling robot alien. Are you wearing a merkin wig on, which is a pube wig? Oh God, it shoots snakes.
Is that robot wearing bell bottoms and a wide lapel shirt?
Yeah, I see you're familiar with the Dom Trophin from Gundam.
Shooting us with beams and like, these are death rays. They're not doing anything. Wait 50 years.
Harley Quinn, did you shoot that man with a cancer gun? Why would you do that?
That.
I love these. I'm not going to be getting these, sadly, unless I find them on clearance.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, I've already customized a Bumblebee to have like the toy head, so I don't need that. It was like this knockoff Bumblebee from Banhu or some company like that, right? And as far as Gears goes, if I would have known this was going to be a thing, I wouldn't have purchased my Gears. I would have waited for this. But over on TFW, this guy named Theo Steve. Theo Steve is making a 3D printable Gears head that I am fucking in love with. There, let's see here. Previous, we go to 1. Yeah, there's the Gears head that Theo Steve is making. And I just fucking love that. So yes. I'll be doing that. But if this gets on clearance, if this ends up on clearance and I can get this for $10, yeah, then I'll pick it up. Bumblebee's a big fucking disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a display piece at this point with this Bumblebee. It's like, hey, your box is literally worth more to me than you are. I already own you out of package.
Want my little technology sticker, god damn it. God
Scott.
Damn it.
Scott, just open up an illegal bullfighting ring underground, fight with cocks, raise the money, and then buy some cocaine to forget your worries. There you go.
I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. I'm going to move to show notes because I feel like I have to here. So, Mighty Jax came up with this diorama that I don't know what the price is, but I know it's going to be like a fucking bajillion dollars. They're only making 100 of them. But fucking look at this diorama.
Oh my.
God. Oh my.
Like if I was Elon Musk, number one, I'd keep my mouth shut.
Radio.
But number two, I'd be buying shit like this.
Dude,
That's,
what
a
fucking phenomenal diorama.
Yeah.
Well, my first thought was the skill of this CAD artist.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kinda disappointed Optimus's face is blending with the Autobot logo. Should be Prowl, just saying.
I mean, the guy's using more professional software than what I would use. Probably using something like ZBrush or 3D Studio Max or something like that. But I mean, the guy is insanely talented. This person.
Can you imagine this is your tombstone, Scott?
I mean, I if I buy this, it'll have to be because I won't be able to afford a tombstone.
Oh. People who would buy this are the same people. Are the same people who would buy that watch.
I'd rather have this than the watch.
Yeah.
I normally don't like statues, but this is really, really nice.
Dude, no kidding. Dude, Vector Sigma is in this thing? Vector Sigma and the Key are in this.
Woo! Wow.
Hang on.
This is just fucking gorgeous.
Like the detail, the hidden... This is crazy. I love this. But it's going to be like $8 bajillion.
I'd laugh at $12. Like,
what? No one can afford that.
The price of a deluxe in 2007, $12.
Yeah, I love how it says it's limited to 100 plus 1 units instead of just saying 101 pieces or 101 units.
Well, they're probably giving one to the artist.
Yeah, I assume the dude who assembled it is keeping the one that he used as a prototype, unless he doesn't really like Transformers. I was like, I'm in it for the paycheck.
Let's see here. Let's go to the website of this. Oh, holy shit.
Sold out? I assume it's sold out.
It lights up.
Let's see here. Diorama, Immortal, the Pivotal, Fans Cherish. Depicting mid-transformation of the logo. Core of Cybertron merges into the matrix of leadership in Optimus's chest.
What are you doing?
Base of the statue pays homage to the Ark. Good God. Register interest. Let's see, here's menu. No, there's no price. I think it might be a deal of like, if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Yeah, really. What, you're not just recklessly... Yeah, you're just not recklessly spending your credit card money on a fucking statue that's just worth more than your house?
Yeah,
fucking get off my website.
The statue is great, but I can't afford that.
I can just look at it and go, I can't afford it.
I'll print out a picture and pin it on my wall.
Boy.
Hey, I was actually thinking along the line. Hey, Thomas, how long to photogrammetry an exact copy of this to put up on NovaForge?
The amount of scanning would be absolutely insane.
You'd need at least 200 pictures from all angles, lit properly, to do photogrammetry with it. There's no way.
If somebody would do it and just put it up for free on the website to, spike the cost.
That's happened before. I've seen a couple of the Optimus Primes and Megatron statues end up going up. Excuse me. Going over to the chat. Crossbones Koopa says, I love toy accurate Transformers. Gears is a must get. Holson says, before Hasbro and Takara making Transformers, Toho and Sandy Frank made those horrible dubs and edits of Godzilla movies for the American market. That is true. Sandy Frank and Toho did a lot. And Toei and Sandy Frank did a lot of that as well with their Gamera films. Crossbones Koopa says, now give Legacy G1 Optimus like this with his trailer. $35, call it a day. Dwayne Marsh, if that Gears and Bumblebee are in an openable clamshell, it would make them better. Technical Jim, hey, how you doing, buddy? Another modular bazooka to add to my collection. And Holson85 says, your box is worth more to me than you are. Wow, calm down there, Andrew Tate. I moved some show notes here because I decided at the last moment we have to have the juxtaposition. This is an absolutely incredible diorama. Yes, it's going to be expensive. There's a diorama that's coming out. Whenever I heard about it, I was kind of interested. It was the Super 7 ARC background, like the ARC diorama. And I thought, oh, this is going to be great, like a plastic ARC. Here's what the fuck we got. It is going to be a plastic desert base with a cardboard background. This is some shit I could whip up on a Saturday with modeling clay and a trip to Staples.
Yep.
This is fantastic for all the wrong reasons, because especially if you flip around the backdrop display, it's just the original G1 art of Optimus and the other bots in space shooting each other.
This is $75.
You know what occurs to me? That if you really wanted to make like an open world video game a la Skyrim about Transformers, especially G1, it would be really easy because you could just texture the entire Earth brown rocks. Like the terrain would all look the same, and it would be very easy to do.
I love that the box art has sexy lip Megatron playing with Super 7 reaction version of Optimus.
You know what that actually looks like? That looks like Overlord wearing Megatron's helmet.
Megatron looks like a fucking JoJo character.
Yes, he does. Yes, what the hell would Megatron's stand be? Jesus.
Megatron's stand would be a T-Rex. God damn it.
He was what would he be called? Seeds of the Future?
Yeah, sure. Fucking no, he's got the power, and Optimus he's got the touch.
Give you the 85 episode Muda. It's
yes.
They literally knew Megatron's lips looked nothing like that, and they were like, "Fucking plump him more, God damn it, more."
Mm-hmm.
And look at that fucking chin. Like, all he needs is like a dent, and that's a Bruce Campbell chin.
Yeah. Cyber Botox.
He literally would say, "This is my boomstick,"
because he has one.
That's right.
Fucking has one.
He is his boomstick.
Just got word. Transformers 1 is the #1 movie in Ireland.
Yes. Thank you, my Gaelic brothers.
We got that. Good work, Ireland brothers.
I will send you a thank you note written in old style Ogham.
Ireland proves its worth.
I'd speak it in your language, but I don't speak leprechaun. It's
Guinness, Scott. Jesus Christ. Stereotype much.
Oh, thank you, Ireland. Thank you, Ireland. This sucks. The Arc action playset. What action is there? What's the action?
This box is the most interesting part of it.
The cover. You're absolutely right. The cover's the best part.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that. I mean, I would love to have that just as a poster to hang up on my wall.
The thing that kills me is that the Arc, which is the thing in the background, doesn't even like have a 3D extension, so you can at least pretend Optimus is walking into the Ark. It's just a printed on image.
This isn't the Ark action playset. This is dirt with a piece of cardboard behind it. This is the dirt in action playset.
Scott, was this your 3rd grade science report?
No, my 3rd grade science volcano was better than this.
Because it actually had G1 Optimus and G1 Megatron.
I don't want an action playset that a fucking humid day can ruin. The fuck is this bullshit?
$75 is what?
This is like, you think about like the cardboard playsets we had back in the day, like the cardboard Death Star from Palatoys, and the cardboard, well, the Ark playset, like the Transformers playset by Warren, right? Those things, now those were great, but none of them are surviving intact. They broke under their own weight a week after you got them. Your best hope is that you find some weird one that it's fucking unboxed, right? And then even if you put it together, you're going to fuck it up just by the mere action of it. But those were 1,000 times better than this.
You forget, we already got a good version of a cardboard Ark playset. San Diego Comic-Con did the Age of Extinction Dinobots
with
the
G1
Dino colors.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. I remember it well. And that's the thing. Like, even with that, okay, we got a cardboard Ark, and that thing sagged under its own weight. But at least you got some cool exclusive toys to go with it. You got the Chrome Movie Dinobots, right? What do you get this? The same fucking Optimus and the same fucking Megatron. Not even in cool color schemes.
I think the head wings are a little different on Optimus here.
This sucks. This sucks, and it makes me angry.
I can't wait to gift this to you.
This is a fucking cash grab. Like, remember how I said I might buy Gears and Bumblebee if they went on clearance for like $10? Not even this. Not even this. Watch me end up with it next week. I was there for $35. I got it.
See, I'd like this, but not for $75.
Yeah.
That's crazy. This would be a neat little thing to put.
I would turn this into a hat.
I'd hide my weed in it.
This is literally like a beach blanket Babylon style hat. It's like, it's more of an accessory you should probably wear instead of play with.
Can you imagine that scene in The Fifth Element? You're wearing this on your head to get Bruce Willis to come out. He looks through the he looks through the hole in the door. He's like, "Oh, sweet Transformers!" and then you went.
If a fucking Mormon or Jehovah's Witness came to my door and said, "Let me speak to you for 10 minutes, and I'll give you this," I'll go, I'd pull a banana out of my pocket and go, "You have this long," and just start eating the banana. I would use the banana as a measurement of time. You have this long.
Scott's dreaming because the Mormons are just as bad as the thieves in Fifth Element. They knock on your door and say, "Do you have time to give the Lord all your cash?"
The Mormons stopped coming here. I'm proud to say the Mormons stopped coming here. So did the Jehovah's Witnesses. The only person that's ever knocked on my door that I've treated pleasantly was a
stripper's car broke down.
This was I think 8 years ago. Yeah, it would have had to have been 8 years ago. But a soldier who was like in his 70s, like he was a vet. He stopped by to ask me to vote for Hillary Clinton. You know, and he's the only person I've ever really treated well. Salesman, oddly enough, we get salesmen. I knew I was in trouble. And I had to put a stop to it. Because about a month and a half after I moved here, some guy knocked on the door. And he said he was from the electric company. And he goes, "How much you paying for your electricity?" I said, "Buddy, I don't fucking know." And he just goes, "Why don't you just give me one of your old bills?" I said, "I don't keep my old bills." And he goes, "Oh man, that's not good." I go, "Get the fuck out of here." Then I called the electric company. He wasn't even from them. He was just,
Of course he wasn't.
he just wanted it in the fucking house.
Yeah, for some reason he just wanted in the building.
Yeah, I ain't getting in this building. I told him, don't come back. And then Jehovah's
great
try
when
to
the
pressure
guy-
try to pressure their way into your house, and the next thing you say is, "You have 15 seconds before I begin to hunt you."
I don't.
Well,
don't,
it's great when they
people take affront to
they
that.
give-
It's the best thing. The best thing you can fucking do. Like if you go, you know, if you go, oh, I've got 15 minutes until I hunt you. Now you've given them something to fight against. But if you look at them and you ain't really go, I was fucking sleeping. I work nights. I was fucking sleeping. I thought this was some sort of emergency, and you come here to talk to me about some Jesus guy? Get the fuck out of here. They actually don't come back.
I mean, it's great when they give themselves away by saying, "Give me your electric bill."
Fuck them. Fuck them.
The Jehovah's Witnesses, I mean.
You come here with this and you want to talk to me, you got one banana. That's it. You got a banana. And that's fucking done. One banana. I want to do that at some point. Just pull a banana out of a fanny pack. You have this long. It's
fanny pack.
God.
Scott, just leave the word pack out of that sentence.
Oh. Crossbones Koopa says Super 7 Brian Flynn knows how to fuck you. Tef says the action of throwing the cardboard in the trash. It's every kid's dream of playing in the dirt. They don't have that don't have access to actual dirt. Holson says 75 USD for what? What a ripoff. It could at least come with a unique Teletran 1 scanner thing that flew around and scanned the alt modes. That's a good fucking call, Holson. Crossbone says, when I was a kid, I made a cardboard bat cave that looked better than this. And I just think when they do Megatron's undersea base, if you have to put the cardboard underwater. Belusia says, I get it for the box. I use it to keep the contents from whatever is being released into the real world. It's my small contribution to a better society. Crossbones.
Her base place, that'll be soggy.
Yeah. Crossbones Koopa says, someone comes in my house unwanted, they'll have to meet my ED209. And Holson says, when somebody knocks on your door and you ask, you here for the orgy? Then whip out the banana. That's a good call. Hasbro
and
Pulse.
It's not really a banana.
Yeah. Hasbro Pulse Premium is doing a 1027 event.
I don't know what that means.
So Hasbro is located, I think it's like 1027 Hasbro Road or some bullshit like that. Let me check.
Hasbro Road?
Something like that. Hasbro. God damn it. Hasbro Rhode Island address. Let's see here. Just give me the fucking 1027 Newport Avenue is the address. So 1027, it's their address number, right? So every October 27th, if you are a Hasbro Pulse member, you're invited to this event. And then they, like about a few minutes before the show, they send you the link. Or you can not join Hasbro Pulse and go over to 4chan Toy and just go to the Transformers General Thread, and you'll get the link there too. Because people can't keep shit to themselves. And I think that's hilarious and beautiful. I do. So 4chan Toy, check that out. I will not be the one posting the link. But it actually has saved my bacon. I've been a Hasbro Pulse member ever since you could be a Hasbro Pulse member. And
it is worth it.
It really is. It is worth it with the free shipping and being able to get to the toys before like they get sold out and what have you. So I do like that. I do like that a lot. But the first year they did the 1027 event, they never sent me the fucking link to it, so I had to catch it on the rebound.
Assholes.
Yeah.
Well, a bunch of assholes.
The last 1027 event, it's cheesy, it's goofy. Like the last 1027 event, they had some security guard at Hasbro being haunted by ghosts, and it was to like show off like the new ghost, the fact that they were redoing the Fright Features line, shit like that. But the big rumor I'm hearing, the big rumblings is, this is where we're going to get our first glimpse of Devastator. Of Studio Series Devastator.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
There's a couple of other things that I've been kind of hearing. I've been hearing Widowmaker. We're finally going to get a look at Studio Series Widowmaker. Studio Series Ape Link, I've heard. I've heard that Studio Series, the one Dread that was the dog that we had pictures with Hound so long ago, that we're finally going to see him as well. So.
Oh, the Target one that was supposed to come out with Hound?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I forget what his name is. What is it? Skyjack or
that was the one that they released, but as a small toy, but instead of being a car, it was a jet.
That's right. That is correct.
I liked him, and I didn't mind it. It was just weird watching the movie and not seeing it turn into a jet. You know? But yes, I think it was my favorite Dread.
Yeah. He was
I
different.
did a review of that on my channel from years ago. Damn.
We're old.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
God damn it.
I'm the oldest. Yay.
Not by much. I'm right fucking behind you. I'm nipping on your heels, and someday I'll overtake you.
I don't think so, since I'm never going to die.
Nip, Scott. Nip. Nip like you've never nipped before.
Whenever Pete and I die, be sure to cut us in half and count the rings and see who won. Belushi says Hatchet. Hatchet. That's his name.
Yeah.
So, anybody got any other predictions of what we're going to see here?
I mean, I'm really just happy with Studio Series Devastator. That's going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to that a lot.
Yes, and right in time. Right in time, by the way, for Devastator Wars 2, if you know.
Oh God!
Because
not this again.
Yes, because now X-Transbots and Fans Toys are doing their own Devastator now, so it's the second third-party Devastator Wars.
Oh God!
I think finally caught up to third party.
Oh Jesus Christ! This is
Well, there was already several third-party Devastators years ago, but it's happening again.
Yeah, but Hasbro didn't do anything. Now they're all doing it at the same time.
Apparently, this fucker's going to be small for a combiner. He's going to be shorter than Combiner Wars figures, and he's going to be about the same size as Menasor.
Oh yeah,
I don't care, but honestly, you can't do another fucking Devastator as a third-party company and expect to make your money back. What are they thinking?
Well, they're doing more screen-accurate stuff now, which is what I've been waiting for.
Wolf, you're sick in the head.
I love you though, Wolf. I love you though.
Apparently, Fans Toys Scrapper just came out, and his name is either Gary or Jerry.
I saw that. Scrapper and Mixmaster have arm modes.
I think you might be right. I'm not sure.
It's named after a famous
Christ! What the fuck was that? It sounded like somebody blew a rape whistle into a microphone. Jesus.
I'm gonna grape ya.
That sounded like a combination of an Aztec death whistle or a cat.
A cat blowing an Aztec death whistle.
In a grape costume.
I'm sorry, Wolf, you were saying.
Yeah, it's named Gary, named after a famous architect or something.
I thought it was after Jerry Can.
Maybe. I have no idea.
I don't know.
I need like a list of how many Devastators third party alone have been released since
Let me think here.
2010.
Let me think here. So we had Hercules, right?
Very first.
And then we had the Make Toys Devastator with that really cool kick-ass long haul.
Yeah, that was cool.
We had the... Wasn't there some that, like, it was a Legends class Devastator that Hook's crane actually became the wing, like the chest wing of Devastator. There was the, fuck. I'm trying to only do the third-party ones. There was that most recent one that was really beefy and good-looking. That's my favorite one so far.
Wojak Devastator.
No, that's not it. I can't remember what. I think it was like TF Toys or something like that. Devastator. There was there's one where the vehicle modes are Cybertronian modes, and they also turn into cubes. That's legend size.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah. I remember that.
52 toys.
I think that's it.
If it's 52 Toys, that's the company that makes the Beast boxes, yeah?
Yeah.
On AliExpress.
Those are really nice.
On AliExpress, you can fucking get like a knockoff. That's the one I have. You can get a knockoff of that one Devastator that I think is the best one out there. Let's go to AliExpress. You're going to see a lot of slutty clothing. I showed my wife some yoga pants the other day, and motherfucker,
yoga pants.
Now they're just showing me just slutty clothing, and I kind of like it. But let's see here. This is the Devastator I'm talking about right here.
Isn't that didn't Toy World do that one?
That's it. That's it. So this is $100 gets you an oversized, like 50 centimeter Devastator. That's just fucking fantastic. It is absolutely incredible. Let's see. View more, please. There's the Predaking. There's the Studio Series Devastator. There's, come on, God, so many fucking Devastators. There it is. The
right?
Jin Bao 50 centimeters, which in Freedom units is Freedom 50. This is almost 20 inches tall. So this is a big fucking boy. And I think you can get him in. I think you can get him in both yellow and green. So I mean, this is just, and each one of the individual bot modes is fantastic. Each one of the individual vehicle modes is fantastic. I really love this one. Really, really love this one.
My point being, there's been just a shit ton of Devastators on top of Devastators.
Oh yeah,
on top of Devastators.
Well, it's the easiest. It's the easiest combiner to kind of reach out to, you know. But yeah, I think we'll probably see it. Going over to the chat. Let's see here. Action Master Pancake, how you doing, buddy? He says another Cybertron character would be cool. Tef, we might get another War for Cybertron character. I think you'll probably see Ironhide now that Ratchet's been released. Tef says, I want to see the next Titan. Technical Jim, is anybody else getting sick of third-party companies releasing just Masterpiece and Legend scale? No generation scaled stuff? When the hell did that even happen? You're going to love our next show note, dude. You're going to love our next show note. Kyle Lewis says, fucking hell. Tef says, well, New Age is releasing a Chug Megatron. That's our next show note. Kyle says, that hell should be in all caps. Fucking autocorrect. Kyle Lewis says, DX9 Hulky. Tef says, TFC Hercules. MMC Devi. DX9 Legend Size. Kyle says, MMC made a Devastator. And Dwayne Marsh says, third party is NBK. Tef says, not MMC, but make toys. Action Master Pancake says, there's so many versions from so many companies. You can get whatever dev your heart desires. The new Studio Series 1 will probably have 2 or 3 versions itself. Kyle Lewis said, I'm probably going to get the KO Undersized Combiner Wars Devastator to fill in for my Studio Series 86 on my shelf for now. My Grail Devastator is TFC Hercules, though, which is a beautiful but somewhat dated Devastator. Kyle Lewis said
It's
there's
very
still
nice.
It is nice.
Yeah.
It is nice, but you can tell, oh, this is a toy from the early 2000s. Kyle Lewis says still less devastators than Bumblebees. Tef says TFC Hercules, Make Toys Giant, DX9 Hulky, Tour World, Lucky Cat, NBK, Jim Bow, Generation Toys, upcoming Fan Toys, X Transbot, and MMC. Dwayne Marsh says the yellow and purple NBK is my Tonkanator. And Tef says, oh, there's also Legends New Age and Magic Square Devies. By fuckity God. But we were talking. Why do they not make any more Chug toys? Why is it all Masterpiece and Legend scale? Well, New Age, who does a lot of Legends class toys, they are releasing one of their Legends class toys in a Chug scale.
Cool.
And it is G1 Megatron. Now
G1 swirly chest Megatron.
G1 swirly chest sexy lip Megatron.
Way too sexy.
He's got the
That's
toy accurate.
A lot of plumper.
Listen to me and listen to me now. We are probably not going to get a missing link Megatron.
No. I'm amazed we somehow managed to get Masterpiece Megatron all those years ago, which was just the most fiddly goddamn version of a Megatron that ever once was.
Second one's okay.
Second one's okay. But this one, no orange cap. Literally no cap on this motherfucker.
No cap, bro.
No cap.
Eat it all up, crumbs and all. This, and they're making a more tune accurate one, but this to me, this is the closest we're gonna get to a New Age Megatron. I love this. This is the first third-party toy I'm gonna be getting in years.
In a while. Yeah, it's so chromed out too.
It
is very fancy.
Like the only thing I don't like is that the barrel goes over the shoulder instead of down to the side. That's it.
Oh yeah.
I assume that has a lot to do with space in like objects in space for transformation. Like they have to. They can't get everything right, but I bet they tried.
They've got an alternate face that's more cartoon accurate for some reason.
They even got the original sword.
Yeah. This, I'm like I said, the last third-party item I got was the upgrade for Cybertron Titan class Metroplex. Before that, it was the DJD from MMC Toys.
I'm failing to think how far back. I literally think I stopped doing third party around the completion of Devastator for Hercules.
Yeah. I'm not that big of a third party fan. Don't get me wrong, if a toy is good, I'll fucking get it. Back in the day, I loved my my TFX protector armor, and my favorite Rodimus is still the one that takes the Chug Rodimus and puts the armor on it. And from the same guys that made Ultra Magnus, right?
It's
the Fans
Warbot. It's Warbot Protector is what it's called.
I have plenty of third party. Like I think my big third party items, the ones that I have the Ultima Toys Omega Supreme. I have the War for Cybertron Omega Supreme, and I have the War for Cybertron Triptychon. Those are my three big.
How is the Ultima Toys Omega Supreme?
It's fucking gorgeous, man.
Like, I mean, quality-wise, like build-wise, like, is it any, like, how is it?
It's beautiful. My only regret is that I got the Omega Supreme instead of the Omega Sentinel version. That is my only regret. Right? Comes with a Doc figure. That fucking it's got a blast effect, dude. It's got a blast effect that is just it's hard plastic. It says words. The little tank drives around on the track. It's
Wow.
fucking great.
It actually does that.
It's been a while since I fucking used it, but I think so.
So it's actually more fully featured than some of the more expensive ones.
Yeah. Ultima Toys Omega.
Because like Fans Toys did their own Omega Supreme, and it looks great. But I have seen other ones that were similar in size to it that were cheaper.
And here's, I'm sorry, Wei Zhang Ultima Guard. So it was Wei Zhang that made the toy.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see.
I think this is the one. I may have seen this before.
Let's see. Yeah, there's the tank. Beautiful fucking tank mode.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It really puts it into perspective how big that robot is when you see how large that robot head is on the tank.
Yeah, it stands fucking it
stands toe to toe with Titan class. I just noticed it had lights.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Let's see here. Do they show it moving? Do they show it fucking moving at all?
See, this is the thing that I'm really impressed with here. Okay, so the base mode looks actually quite good, but the rail is huge.
Yeah, it's a good. My memory is telling me that tank moves around.
Yeah,
but now I'm not so sure.
No, it does. I remember seeing it do it.
It does.
Good. It moves, yeah. I think it's the only one that does move around.
Yeah.
On its own, because I have the Fans. Was it Fans Toys? Mm-hmm. Fans Toys one.
You have the Fans Toys one.
Yeah, I have the Fans Toys one, and it's great. But the tank doesn't do anything. It lights up. Like, you got the light up eyes and the light up matrix chamber for some reason. I don't know why he's a matrix chamber, but he does.
One of the reasons I went for the Wei Zhang Ultima Guard was the tank was huge. For a long time, everybody was treating like that Omega Supreme tank like it's a fucking Headmaster, like it's a Legends class toy.
Oh yeah.
You know? But no, Jesus Christ, Wilford. The fucking claws, dude. God. He fucking drew blood. Oh. But this, yeah, I kind of fucking want this. And this is supposedly going to match up really well with your Earthrise Prime.
Neat. I wasn't really interested in matching it up. I just want a fucking Walther P-38 special from the man called Uncle Gun again. Mm-hmm. So that'll do. Pig, yeah. That'll do.
That'll do, Pig.
I got a question about this gun mode.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it at the Toy Accurate version here. And on the scope right below the back of it, on the gun, is that a rub sign decal?
I see what you mean. There's like a little black square there. I don't know.
For one.
Yeah. It definitely looks like a rub sign. I don't... Excuse me. I don't know if it is. But, man. Now, I know the Legends class version of this came with like a stock and a silencer. But I think that they're leaving that out of this release to keep the price down. But I wouldn't be surprised a little bit later on, being that they have like this and Megatron, that if they wouldn't do like an upgrade set where here's the stock, here's the silencer.
Yeah, I would like to get the add-on kit for both of these. I want both of them, so sue me.
Yeah, hey, not a problem. I don't blame you. This is the best looking Megatron in a long time.
God, there was years ago a version of a Soundwave that turned into like a little handheld radio. You remember that?
Oh, I remember that. The BTS Toys Sonicron.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
That one was so unpopular it ended up being sold for $15.
Which sucks because it was so good. It was terrible transformation, but it was still good.
Man. I'm just in love with this. I'm in love with this.
I can't wait to knock over a gas station. Completely unrelated.
Yeah.
Time now where like everything I always wanted that would never happen is happening.
Yeah.
So that Sonocron one, was that a camcorder? I can't remember.
It was a handheld.
It was like micro cassette recorder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that.
I remember seeing it for cheap, and I was gonna get it, but then I saw a few reviews where, like, they were talking about the joints were loose and everything. I was like, and then I saw the cassettes, and I was like, that's when we started getting like, who was it? Started making cassettes. KFC started making cassettes, and not too long afterwards, they started putting out sound waves and stuff, Hasbro and whatever. So I never picked it up. I kind of wish I did though.
Yeah.
Just as a, look at this is what an oddball thing,
Yeah.
Going over to the chat, Dwayne Marsh says Hercules is my Devastator with the Rage add-on. I do love the Rage add-on. Tef says, I'm also getting tomorrow the Mecha Invasion Devastator, the Scramble City Devi. Tef, I can't wait for you to review that. Tef's got a fantastic review channel. Go subscribe to him. It's wonderful. And Tef said, oh, man, I was about to order the New Age gray-looking Meg, but then I saw that toy metallic one, and I need this one. Kyle Lewis says, I heard this is going to be in the $100 range. Not sure how I feel about that. And he's allegedly too short to scale with Studio Series 86 Prime, but G1 cartoon characters shrank and grew between frames. Holson85 said that Megs look great, but aren't you required by law to have an orange tip on the barrel? No justice, no peace. Don't trust the police. They got me face down in the middle of the street. Sorry. Fuck the law. And Crossbones Koopa says, why can't Hasbro do an alt gun Megatron for Pulse? Well, that is an interesting story. They can't even get away with the Nerf gun anymore. They can't get away with the Nerf gun Megatron. The legal department just says no. Back whenever they were doing the G1 reissues for Toys R Us, they actually created a gun Megatron that was completely blue, like silver, blue, and orange. And that's become known as Safety Megatron. And Toys R Us went, get the fuck out of here with this shit. We ain't selling this. So...
I miss our youth where we could just walk into a store and buy like replica toy guns and squirt guns, transforming guns that had sparks and caps.
Yeah.
And no orange tips. And I'll be honest with you, I don't remember too many kids getting shot over that. Yeah, more adults or people being stupid and pulling it out on a cop or something like that. If you pull out a cell phone at a cop, you're going to get shot. So
one or two kids die, and then all of a sudden, we don't have cool toys. And that's a real fucking shame. Like the Battlestar Galactica, the reason why you don't have any spring-loaded missiles anymore worth a goddamn was because some fucking dumbass kid decided to deep throat a fucking Battlestar Galactica Viper toy, and he shot the missile down his throat, and he choked to death. We all knew that kid in school. Larry's sitting in the back corner fucking eating paste and trying to color coordinate his snot. It's just...
Let me tell you, when I was 9 and 10, in the projects in New York, we were running around with toy guns that looked like real guns.
Oh, yeah.
I had bought a Magnum Transformer that was like Megatron, like a pre-Megatron Magnum Transformer. I turned into a Magnum, and I ran around with that thing, and we're off, pretending we're shooting each other. Cops going by, people going by, nobody's flipping out, nobody's batting an eye.
No.
When I was a kid living in Germany, okay, I had a cap gun, and it was metal, and it was not brightly colored or anything. It was just metal, and it looked like a revolver.
Look, if you were from... I'll give you this. if you were from the South and you grew up around my time, you probably had a lot of cops who were fucking assholes. But growing up here in the North, back in the 80s, I will say this, most of the cops were not assholes.
Yeah.
Most of the cops, they had their beat. Like, I remember the Salisbury cop, he had his beat. You know, he would come and sit down and talk to us, like whenever we were teenagers. So late 80s, early 90s. I remember the cop, like me and my buddies were kind of goofing around the playground, and he goes, "You're that Mort kid that plays the drums." You know, yeah, I play the drums too. And we were sitting there and talking, you know, but something fucking happened that we started hiring the high school bullies to be the guys to protect us.
Yep.
And we started hiring the racists to be the guys to protect us. To this day, I think the police should be better funded, but I also think it should be harder to become a cop. You know, you should have to go through some pretty stringent psychological testing. And this whole thing of like cops protecting cops, I don't do that. If anything, I think a cop should be more likely to be arrested if he's a criminal, instead of cops protecting him, right? It was just not a thing. I mean, you know, maybe it's like old man screaming at clouds. Maybe that's what I'm doing. But it really does seem like the entire world is this, you know, we're not allowed to run. We're not allowed to. Whenever I was a kid, we could walk from one end of the town to the other. Mom would kick us out Saturday. Mom would kick me out around 2 o'clock, and I wouldn't come back until 8 or 9 at night. You know? And I would walk through the woods. I would play by the river. The only person I ever remember drowning in Salisbury was this kid named Alvy Swagger. And, you know, here's the thing. Don't go swimming in a flood. That's something that no parent should have to tell their 15-year-old child, don't go swimming in a flood. That's called survival of the fittest. That's natural selection. I'm sorry, the kid wasn't smart, and nature took him out. It's cruel, it's vicious, but those of us that were smarter and stronger moved on. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yes. I'm getting this version of Megatron with the chrome. How about you, Scott?
Yeah, sorry. I got that.
That's so fascinating.
The fucking codeine is wearing off.
A discussion about a robot that transforms into a toy gun started into a discussion about natural selection.
Yeah, Scott rambled so much. I think he was running for president.
I'm sorry. I mean, I wouldn't do that worth shit.
Well, I mean, it was a logical tangent. We went from this to the safety protocols to where they can't even do it anymore, back to the childhood where we could run around and pretend to shoot each other without anybody having a fit or, you know, freaking out. And it just kind of...
Apparently, if people do that now with like a if you pick up a little stick that just happens to be shaped vaguely gun-like, like the kid doing that could potentially expelled.
I would argue that me running around with toy guns and shooting Barry and Leon Signs and Larry Merle, it blew off steam. I had no desire to shoot up the school.
No.
I swear this is like a parallel of the elections right now. An old white man screaming about guns, and then there's the Puerto Rican friend screaming about the good old days. Am I voting right now?
Remember, vote for Scott Velveeta, president.
Honestly, I should have wrote you in on the ballot because I'd rather have you than any of any of the candidates we got currently.
Dude, you vote for me and I'll vote for you.
Somebody on a can you
there
write
you go.
Like just another, can you just write anyone on a ballot? What?
Absolutely. Yeah. I voted for Bernie Sanders 3 elections ago. Wrote that fucker in.
There's a space right on the ballot. You can write it actually says write in, and you can do it for every office that's actually votable. They've got a slot for write-ins on every single one of them. So president, House Representative, whatever it is. I don't know about House of Representatives, but you know what I'm saying. All the things that we can actually elect. I don't even know why we're saying we elected, because it's not even us. We put in our ballots, and then it goes to an electoral college who decides whether or not our vote actually makes it.
Yeah,
Dude,
you know what?
Pete, if you write me in, I'll write you in. That'll be hilarious.
I told my sister. I mean, I voted, but I told my sister, and I wasn't even joking. I told her, I between the people we've got now, I'm about to put your dog on the ballot and vote for the dog.
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
if you think about it, for a second, because of the Electoral College, American democracy functions a lot more like Athenian democracy than a modern first world democracy.
Oh my God.
Supposedly my vote counts. I shouldn't have to vote for somebody else to vote on my behalf and get the vote wrong.
Going over to the chat, and so we get off the politics. Beluga says, I think the law is only for toy companies, but I know fuck all. Crossbone says, I miss my road gun. What's that? What's that, bud?
I don't think the orange cap thing applies to third party because they're not going to like a toy store or anything.
See, back in the day, I bought Hegemon, which was like the Voyager class Megatron, like the toy.
I got him too.
He came with an orange cap, super glued to the top. So I mean, he was third party.
The X9 Tyrant came with the cap. So did my Wei Zhang Mega Master came with it. But with the DX9 one, it was kind of glued in, but I was able to pull it off. The Wei Zhang one, they didn't even bother to glue it in. You just pulled it right out. It was just a plug.
Yeah.
It was just there.
Let's see. Crossbones Koopa says, I miss my Rogun. Remember the GoBot Rogun? I've got the Robot Rogun rifle and pistol. I remember them well, the doofy fuckers.
I didn't realize that there was two of them.
Oh yeah, there's a pistol that has a little like triangular conish head, and then there's one that has like a coffee cup for a head. Kyle Lewis says, you can still buy those though. I've seen cap guns and decent looking cowboy guns painted silver with an orange cap. I think the Hasbro legal department are fucking GoBots because I can't say retard. Dwayne Marsh says it's when the police went from calming blue shirts to the hostile dark shirts. I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
Tef says in the 80s we swam in raw sewage. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. They used to pump raw sewage into the Castleman River that ran by Salisbury, and me and Barry, like dumbasses, we swam in it. But we never got sick. I got Legionnaire's disease once and got over it because as I was developing, my immune system was tempered with human shit. Yeah.
I swam in the East River. Or I waded in the East River. I never actually swam in there because I was afraid of the currents pulling me out. But yeah. Same thing. East River in New York, Hudson River. You don't want to fish in those things because if you pull out the fish, they're all contaminated.
I've dove down and saw Sneaky Larry wearing the cement shoes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Belucius says, in my day, we didn't have a hole in the ground, and we considered ourselves lucky to have that. Belucius, you cheeky monkey with the Monty Python reference. I love ya. Kyle Lewis said, move the fuck on, people. Move. Transformers podcast. If you think this is a Transformers podcast, you are mistaken. This is a life podcast with a bunch of guys that happen to like Transformers.
Yep.
Crossbone said, my grandfather, when he was a kid, threw sharp spears at his brothers, and one stuck in his brother's foot, and they were fine. Kyle Lewis said, for fuck's sake, enough. Holson85 says, speaking of guns, my dad was shot in the leg while at school during lunch. Had to spend the rest of the school day with his finger in the wound so he wouldn't bleed all over the shoe. We were fucking men. That's why. Holson85, then he got yelled at by his parents for getting a hole in his pants. He fucking deserved it. That'll teach you to get shot during school. Dwayne Marsh said, I had the Rogun rifle. You should have shot Holson's dad with it.
Somebody gets in trouble with their parents because they have a hole in their clothes from getting attacked by a spear, and you're like, and they just look at you. It's called a round shield, jerk.
God damn it!
Like,
on your with your shield or on it, you bastard.
Yes.
Look at this. $30 gets
like
you
a
Matrix from Transformers 1.
Yeah. How about that shit?
I could
Ain't
use
that some
one of those.
shit? It's cool.
Yeah. What was that? What was that,
That
Wolf?
shit's cool.
I could use one of those.
$30 Matrix. I mean, you don't have to get shot by Megatron. You don't have to follow the center of the planet. It's if Sentinel Prime would have had this, that movie would have been quickly over. He'd still be alive.
The thing is that
I've
that
got
was
it.
a huge plot hole.
From like 20 years ago, but you can't play with.
But that was a huge plot hole in the movie. Sentinel didn't have to claim the Matrix. He should have just bought it. It's $30. Just go buy one. Unless it's magically going to form in the chest for you.
$30, man. Also, I don't know what that is in Shanix, but it can't be that.
It also occurs to me. I just now realized. Why didn't he just build a prop Matrix and say that he had it?
That's what they did in IDW comics.
Like, why didn't he just do that?
Well, okay. So, I think the reason he didn't make a prop Matrix is because that wouldn't have brought back the Energon.
That's right. It wouldn't.
Right. That was one of the things they tied the movie to was Energon only flows when there's a prime that holds the Matrix. So that became a huge problem because it's like, well, you can't fake that shit like it's an election. You actually need the Matrix. Otherwise, you're passing off gravy as Energon. It was like, and the Autobots and the Decepticons are sucking it up going, this is gravy. And then you have to lie through your teeth and go, no, it's the new flavor of Energon.
Do you think the Energon, once it started flowing, tasted a little funky and stale and, for like a week or two until like the pipes got cleaned out?
Yeah, a little bit. I imagine it was the same thing where it's just like, oh God, I don't want a T-cog in my chest that just came from that batch of Energon. It's like, put the fucking cog in your chest. It's like, no, I don't. Oh God, you're going to make me put it in.
Some dude running from it as it's flying through the air. Ah!
It's
somehow
like
you just made me
Mario 64 outrun the one-up mushroom as fast as you can. Yes, it's good for you, but outrun the mushroom.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Thomas.
Somehow you just reminded me of that Flash cartoon, Llamas with Hats. It's like, Carl, why is there blood on the boat? And he's like, that's not blood. What is it, Carl? Boat nectar.
Man, Holson85 says he dug the bullet out with a bent fork. Jesus, did he get in trouble?
Wow.
Did he get in trouble for bending the fork? He should have. Yeah,
right.
Yes.
Dwayne Marsh says, I just looked at the Matrix at Walmart. Belushi says, true story, I had a nosebleed all over my geography exam paper, and they wouldn't give me a new copy. I wrote a letter on the back calling them cunts, and they downgraded me to a fail. Belucius, buddy, you got to send a fucking message. You should have written the answers out in your own blood, and instead of signing your name, just take your handprint, put it right over the top. It was a shit school.
You know who the fuck I am.
We had a teacher with no fingers. Everyone called him Fingers. That's fucking great. Oh,
Fingies.
Once again, this is something, if it goes on clearance for like $10, I'll probably grab this. Other than that,
it's nice. It doesn't do anything though. This is a Halloween prop as far as I mean, it's cool to have a playable, life-size Matrix for once. This shit doesn't come along too often for some strange reason. You don't get life-size Matrixes.
You really don't. Which is kind of weird.
Yeah, kind of a missed opportunity. I know that Hasbro's like, well, we need to focus more on putting out more characters, but I mean, I'm sorry. To me, this is very cool. I know it's $30. It's the wrong color, but I would still really consider this just because it'd be really fun to have a Matrix. Like the Covenant of Primus was even a great buy, but that was $180.
Yeah. that was tough. That was a tough purchase, no lie. I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it.
I just thought about it a lot. Ran the calculations.
I mean, I fucking love the way I love the way the bookcase opened up. You know, just would love to have had it. Would love to have had it. Moving on to Looky What I Found. Xavier, while I got you, do you have a Looky What I Found?
I have 3 this time. Do you want to save me for last, or do you want to just let's get it out of the way, because I'm sharing the screen already. So I thought I'd do you, because you always send it. So here's something, a tidbit-wise, about Dark of the Moon that was shared on X, formerly known as Twitter, about how the digger worm, the driller, was the most complex effect ever done by ILM.
I just have the formulator force.
There it is, formulators.
Oh, I guess that's... Thomas sniped you with a Looky What I Found. Oh, no, that was Holson. Yep. Let's see here. Did you know that Dark of the Moon Devastator, Driller, was more complex than ROTF Devastator? 70,000 individual parts, 7 times more than Optimus Prime. The scene where it crushes the skyscraper, 288 hours per frame.
Wow.
During the last weekend, ILM used their entire render farm, amounting to 200,000 rendering hours per day. 22.8 years of rendering time in 24 hours. Holy shit. God damn, that's a good
bonkers.
For the digger worm.
Yeah.
That thing that never saw merchandise.
Yeah, you just have to get some flexi pipe at your local AutoZone for your exhaust.
All that work for a movie that most people don't even have fond memories of.
I know. And then this just because I was digging into the crappy off-brands for hopefully some gold. Oh, and I found it.
Let's see here. Mr. Bean versus Spider-Man. That was a great movie. All right.
Yeah.
And what's
Bean has to end up? He has to somehow end up with spider powers in the end.
Mr. Bean? Oh yeah, but it's just it's just sitting around and eating bugs.
Yes.
And your last one, sir?
Oh, sorry, I meant 2. I said 3. I meant 2.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I'll go ahead and show mine off. Mavs, one of my favorite 3D artists. He made an animated Sentinel Prime conversion kit.
Ooh.
Look at this. It uses the DK9 breaker. Look at this fucker.
Okay, this actually works.
Yes, it works great.
Spoon.
I'm gonna have to get. This will be my 3rd DK9 breaker. I'm going to get.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna get one.
That mold is your new secret, sir.
Look, I've got breaker just for breaker, but then I've got one that I'm going to make into rigorous, and now I have to get a second one that I'm going to turn into Sentinel Prime. It's
Spoon Prime.
Just like Tef said, it's Mr. Plow. Technical Jim says, did anyone else get the news that Earthspark is coming back in October? There's going to be some variation of the Hate Plague, and Prowl is going to show up as a detective. Yeah, I saw that. I was kind of, I kind of thought, let's hold off until it actually drops to kind of talk about that. But yeah, I did see, we're getting season 3, which is just the second half of season 2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Holson85 said that Matrix really needed some bling. Dwayne Marsh says, Mr. Bean is an alien. Tef says, Mr. Plow. Thomas, do you have a Looky What I Found?
Yeah, I found a really pretty well done custom paint job on a figure here.
Ooh, let's see it, baby.
Let's see, right here. Look at this.
Oh, he's very green.
Yeah, I know. Somebody made a Springer called Springer out of Silverbolt.
I got better things to do tonight than fly.
Yes. Looks pretty good.
Stupid as hell, but pretty good.
Not bad.
It is dumb, but it's funny.
Got the head. He's got the head.
Yep.
That's not bad. That's not bad. It's nothing I would do, but it's not bad.
No. I think that the paint job is very high quality on this.
Yeah.
I also seen this.
Look at the fate.
That looks really nice.
Have you seen this?
Yes, I have.
Kingdom Cyclonus.
Yes, I have. I want to say that's Mavs as well.
It's extremely good.
Yeah, nice. Nice.
Totally buy.
Wolf, Dewantis, do you guys have a looky what I found?
I don't.
I don't. Nope, we are dry.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, Pete's going to put the wetness into it. Do you have a looky what I found?
Yeah, I found this on my shelf. Brand new bot. Had it a month. And I found that the pegs going in from the feet to the leg are freaking candy plastic.
Oh, fuck.
So, if you're getting the Jetfire from Fans Hobby, be ultra careful. I didn't even do anything. I actually put it on my shelf, and when I put it on my shelf, the foot just came right off. So,
oh man,
that sucks. Well, we'll do it in reverse then. Since we got you on the horn there, Pete, do you have any reinforcements from Cybertron?
No, I'm broke, man. No, I ain't got nothing.
Pete's like us.
Yeah,
I'm broke.
Pete's just like us, broke. Dewantis, Wolf, how about you guys? Any reinforcements?
I got the War for Cybertron video game foot soldier, whatever they called him.
Ooh, that barricade-esque vehicle.
Yeah, and I forget if I mentioned before, I got the Legacy Silverbolt.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice. That's a fun little toy. Nice, nice, nice. Thomas, how about you? Any reinforcements?
I got Gray Bombshell and Ramhorn.
Man,
the G1, the G1 Walmart exclusive ones.
What such an odd packaging choice.
It is, and I bought it only because I wanted the little brown rhinoceros tape.
Wait,
that's it.
Ramhorn's brown?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Fuck, I thought he was red.
Well, it is the same. It is part of the same color. Like it is it's in the same color. Part of the same near this. It's very close.
You're close, is what he's trying to say. You're very close.
Okay.
Yeah, you sent me a custom colored knockoff Ramhorn. That it was kind of a clay color, like it was in between brown and red.
The one that they came of it. The one that they're putting out is actually just brown. Yeah,
because I
want the Ramhorn. I don't need the Bombshell.
That's what I thought.
Walmart, so I guess I'm not getting it at all. But
see,
why do you hate Walmart, Pete?
Whenever I think of Ramhorn, I think of this color.
Nah, he's browner than that. That looks like ketchup.
This is red oxide.
Ooh, oxide.
Ramhorn's always been like a brick-colored red, you know?
Huh. Such is the life of the colorblind fucker.
Hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah. We still love you, though.
That's thank you.
You're still a really cool cat.
Worst superhero name ever.
Or best. I don't know.
Scott, you'll have to cut the red wire. Son of a bitch!
They're all red.
God
no, Scott,
damn it.
They're not.
Man.
Don't use my real name. I'm a colorblind fucker right now while I'm in my blue domino mask. Scott, that's an orange mask.
Xavier called me a colorblind motherfucker, so I guess, Xavier, do you have any reinforcements?
Love the segue, by the way. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
So I got I got a good haul from Walmart. Sorry, Pete, but it's the legacy version of animated Motormaster, Metal Hawk, and G1 Optimus again.
Metalhawk?
Yep, they made a more tune accurate color version.
Oh, that's right.
Recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot. I'm like, I thought you meant like the little guy. I'm like, did we listen? Don't mind me.
Hang on a second.
Anything else there, buddy?
So yeah, there's a fourth thing. I just can't think of it right now. But yeah, I'm very happy to have that G1 Optimus now with the clear blue matrix.
Right on. Right on. I ended up
I'm curious though.
Oh, go ahead.
Can you put weaponizers on that G1 Optimus? Can you armor him up? Can you fossilize him?
I don't think you can fossilize them. I don't think
that'd be the best.
I ended up getting. I got all 4 of the Cogless YOLO Park guys. So I got like Cogless Bumblebee. I got Cogless D16. I got Cogless Alita 1. And of course, another Cogless D16. No, Orion packs. Got Orion packs. So I was kind of thinking, oh, I've got these. You know, I'll open them up. I heard that they were really simple to put together. You know, I was thinking like plug in the arm, plug in the arm, plug in the leg, right? Thought, oh, okay, I'll put them together during the show, right? There ain't no way I'm fucking putting this together during the show. Granted, it's simpler than most model kits, but I need to focus. So this looks like this is my weekend project.
This is your Voint Conf test, Scott. Are you truly human? Can you assemble this?
I think I can do okay. I'll do fine.
That's one of the few non-transforming Transformers I'd pick up because it makes sense because in the movie when they didn't have the cog, they couldn't transform.
That's right. I didn't get the other YOLO Park ones. I just got the cogless ones.
See, that's something for RED or Super 7 to do, like Autobot X, but will they? No.
Exactly. I cannot agree
Autobot
more,
X
man.
would rule.
Cannot agree more.
That would rule so fucking hard. God, I wouldn't want to see
do a really good Marvel Legends style Spike and Sparkplug. I'd get them.
Marvel Legends Circuit Breaker.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Watch
Metal
that fucker.
bikini.
Watch that fucker fly off the shelf. I'll buy 12, and I'll have a harem.
But, you know what they're going to another non-transforming Optimus Prime.
Yeah. Yeah. I got little tiny concept art Rumble or Frenzy or whoever the fuck he is. I threw the box away, so I don't know. I'm just gonna say he's Rumble. He's fun.
Yeah.
I like him. He's a weird little fuck. I got Megatron, Transformers 1 Megatron.
Ooh.
Very happy with that. So it looks like he's going to be substantially taller than the cogless D16. So I think that's going to fit perfectly. And what I consider one of the funnier toys that I've gotten in a long time, the War for Cybertron Ratchet. And I just love the fact that, you know, don't move. Nobody likes a messy stump. Oh man!
Like, what is there? Can you just imagine Can you just imagine triage? A guy on the ground. He's like, "Good Lord, what is that? This is my cauterizing axe.
This is my axe of healing."
Yeah.
Yes.
You get the small side, and then you get the big side.
It's infected. You have to amputate.
Yes.
So happy with that. I love the War for Cybertron designs. I really do. And I'm really hoping that we get some War for Cybertron Dinobots. It's just like those wonderful designs, and we wouldn't have to go to Planet X, you know, to get those designs.
They knew what they were doing. They went full on Godzilla with Grimlock. He was like, he just breathes fire now.
Yeah.
Do you not? Yeah, I think that Hasbro should have another crack at doing that Grimlock.
Give me all 5 of the War for Cybertron Dinobots. Give me all 3 of the War for Cybertron Insecticons. It's like it's just fucking begging to happen. Those were beautiful designs. Those were absolutely gorgeous designs. So fingers crossed. Now that we have Gamer Edition, fingers crossed. Going over to the chat, Holson85 says that's a really nice Springer. Dwayne Marsh says, "Oh hey, anyone who gets Prime Changer OP, be careful with the Matrix. Mine broke." Thank you for that public service announcement. Tef says Ramhorn is maroon, a red brown. Looky what I found from the last video I made. The oversized Legacy bulkhead made out of wood from Wood Trick. Dude, I saw that. A woodcraft bulkhead. That was fucking weird. And that's so weird because I got a Legacy bulkhead in the mail today that I'm going to use to put Mav's kit for the prototype Wood Optimus Prime figure. So I was like, do I buy this now too? So that I can have a real prototype Wood Optimus Prime? That'd be fucking meta as shit. Kyle Lewis said, I'm done with non-transforming TF slander. If it's just going to stand on the shelf, what's the fucking point? Well, the fact, this... I'm kind of giving this one... I don't like Transformers that don't transform, but I am kind of giving this one, since it's part of the plot, that they don't transform. I'm giving this one a little bit of a pass. So...
Oh my god, I just noticed something.
What's that?
This gray bombshell rolls really well.
Oh, good.
Tef. He's like a little car.
Tef says, I know, right. I don't know why YOLO Park is so popular. Quite honestly, I don't either. I would have rather had just the toys. Instead, I got like a fucking Gundam kit. But seeing as how I do want the cogless versions. Yeah. Dwayne Marsh says, you can get a gun mode out of that Studio Series rear fib. Sorry, the BB Studio Series refib. Technical Jim says, was that Ratchet axe joke from Scrubs? I don't know. I remember seeing a meme a couple years ago whenever First Aid came with the axe. It said, don't move. Nobody likes a messy stump or something like that. So that's kind of where I stole that from. I remember making a similar... Technical Jim says, I remember making a similar joke about combiner word First Aid's axe. There you go. Technical Jim, I might have stolen that from you. So, I love you. Lady and gentlemen, any big plans this week?
Just making videos on my free time.
There you go. I'm going to try to find some of these Walmart exclusive tapes because, god damn it, they weren't there when I just checked.
I'll tell you, one of the things I'm going to do this Friday, Ariana and I did this Sunday. Ariana loves astronomy, space, all that sort of stuff. So we went out to see the comet. This is a once every 80,000 year comet. And the last people that saw this comet that's in the Suchanitsa Atlas or something like that is the name of it. So Ariana had never seen a comet before. And so I took her out and we sat sat on a hill outside of Johnstown. And as the sun set, you could see the comet. And she was just tickled pink. She absolutely loved it. So we're going to go again Friday. We're going to go see the comet again Friday. And this time it's going to be higher up in the horizon. We won't be fighting the light from sunset. Hold on here. Hey, sweetheart. Honey. She's got her earbuds in. She can't hear me. She's in her own world.
Oh, God. The train's coming. Ariana, look out.
It might be, but it's all the way out there. She's fine. She's not playing on the tracks. No, but I can't get her attention.
Selena, what's common?
Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, honey. Yeah, she just walked by.
Mama. Hey.
Lift me. Lift me up.
Make kissy face. Make kissy faces and grab your crotch.
No, she's making chicken right now. She's in her own world. That is my wife's favorite food, chicken. It's done. I'll never get her attention. But yeah, that's what we're doing Friday. We're gonna go out. We're gonna have a little picnic and go see the comet.
Anyone tried to shoot at it yet?
It's Johnstown. Of course they did.
Awesome.
It's a harbinger of doom. Plan. Oh, hey. Do you want to talk about the comet for a second? It was gorgeous, but I'm in the middle of cooking. She said it was gorgeous, but she's in the middle of cooking.
FEMA dollars.
It's FEMA dollars? Oh.
It's bringing FEMA dollars. Shoot it.
What was that, Dewanis?
Me and your wife have so much in common.
How so?
Face.
I need to keep you far away from my wife, Dewanis.
You're only a day trip away.
God damn it, you know my address too, son of a bitch. It's
yes, Scott. Stop talking while you're on NyQuil. Look what happens.
Time to burn the house down and move. No, I'm fucking kidding, Dewanis. We will
If I
burn
this
you. Holson says, Jimbo, it's coming right for us. Oh my God. Well, I do want to thank everybody for being here. Huge thanks going out to Holson, Technical Jim, Dwayne Marsh, Tef, who has a lovely channel. Belucius was up here someplace. Kyle, we miss you, Kyle. Once you come back on, we love you. Crossbones Koopa, and thank you, Thomas. Wonderful. Pete, Ariana and I always smile whenever we see a video uploaded by you. Ariana we were sitting here going, she goes, I really like Pete. He seems like a sweet guy. You know, and, yeah, you are. We love you, Pete. Dewanis.
One day I'll make the trip down there I guess down to see you.
Yeah, protect me from Dewanis. That's Dewanis, Wolf, I hope you don't mind me joking. We love you guys, too. Xavier, you're my brother from another mother. I love you, boy. I love you.
Hell yeah, honky.
Reach around style. I got mad love for my Latino brothers, like Xavier and Pete, man. Mad love. I cannot suggest enough. Dewanis has a fucking great YouTube channel, Strawberry Shockwave. It's fucking so much fun to watch. Pete has a great YouTube channel as well. Belucius and Ugly Wretch and Phoenix, go check out their live streams. Ninja Bill, go check out his live stream. Action Master Pancake, I believe, has a YouTube channel, but I don't think he goes by Action Master Pancake. I can't remember his YouTube channel right now. For that, I'm very, very sorry. Ultra Megatronus. Such a fun guy. Ninja Bill goes on Ultra Megatronus' show all the time. I cannot suggest these guys enough. Everybody that I've mentioned, I will say this. Everybody that I mentioned, you're all criminally undersubscribed. And I wish to God I could change that. You guys, it's, you know, and there's a place for a Chris McFeely. And there's a place for Aaron Archers, and they do great shows too. And there's a place for like Canadian Slag or Transformers Slag. Those are all fantastic channels too. But man, give these guys some love because they're just as good. They are just as good and in many ways better. In many ways better than those channels. Love each and every one of you guys. Yes.
This is the 14th anniversary show. You got to end on a positive note.
I am ending on a positive note. These guys
not
need
positive
some love.
Enough. You got to do what you did the very first episode of GMC.
Scream! I don't want to die.
You got to tell everybody, get off my lawn, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Get off my lawn. I got a comet to shoot at.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's how you end on a positive note.
Gentlemen, say good night.
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 Good night.
I've lost.
Scott, I want you to scream in agony. Tell me, are we still going to do the show in 14 years?
Oh, and you bet it. 28-year anniversary. You just fucking wait. Pete and I will be in our mid-60s.
Pete, does that sound appealing to you?
Sure.
I
love this show. I may not be on it all often, but I love this show.
When the fucking civilization crumbles. What was that, Dewanis?
At that time, I'll finally be in my 40s.
Yay! Belucia says, I love you. And Tef says, clap and applaud to the best random podcast that sometimes talks about Transformers. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're not a Transformers podcast. We're just a bunch of friends hanging out that happen to like Transformers. Kyle Lewis says, fuck, I'll be in my 50s. Olsen says, great show tonight. Guys, good night. That sounds good to me. Good night, guys.
Happy anniversary, motherfucker.
Happy anniversary to you.
Night.